Happy Friday, everyone. I'm Leslie, and thank you so much for dropping by Crafty Cards with Leslie. Today's card features a new stamp set from Close to My Heart, In the Moment. When you look at this set, you instantly think yoga, but I also see a sleeping bag rather than a yoga mat, school, afternoon tea, etc. Haven't quite decided how I'm going to use the candles yet, but you can rest assured I'll find a way to use them. So let's take a look at the ones I've already made. This is the one, obviously, with the teacup and the teapot there is really sweet. And the You Are My Cup of Tea isn't a sentiment on the stamp set. I actually just printed that out on my computer. Quite easy to do. I just highlighted the actual writing in black and had the font in white. Let me just show you here. I just cut it out with this little die. And as you see, it doesn't quite line it up. I use the Y, I put the Y in a larger font size just so it gives more black space. I did that in a size 9, that's size 28. So you just place it there. Obviously you've got some white space on there, but then I just took a black felt and colored that part in. So a really nice, easy way to actually make little sentiments for your cards. So that was one of them, and I did a little frame there, and these little hearts actually are just using this set here, and that was the fancy border set, and I used all those little hearts, and then I just dropped some liquid glass on top of it so it looks like a little brad. So that's that one. This one is the book. Very simple one, and I fussy cut all these. This actually does come with a die set, a thin cut set, but I tend to like to fussy cut. So I did these two with the book. Didn't actually attach the little pencil there to it, but you could do. So this one I printed out actually on the computer, and it would be nice to actually put the person's name on there if you know who you're going to send it to too. So I did this one first, inked the edges, put some dots on there, and then I did the liquid glass. My addiction to liquid glass continues. Bumped it up on some foam tape, but with these ones I did several circle dies, stacked them up, glued them, stacked them up, so you're sort of looking down into it. So of course I had lots of circles left over, so then I went the other way. I had the circles coming up on this card. So yeah, so those are those ones there. And so we'll put these on one side, and I thought we could make her. I'm totally addicted to these stamps. I just love all the girl stamps that they bring out, well, the people stamps. So I thought we would do this one today. And so we're going to do a little bit of ink blending and paper piecing and masking off. So let's get started. So to do her clothes, I keep all my little bits and pieces of paper. So I've got her already in the stamping platform. I've got all the little bits and pieces of clothes here all cut out, ready to go. So I'll move those to one side so I don't lose them. Okay. And rather than cut full pieces of paper, you could cut them out several different layers and then cut them all up and layer them together. I just cut pieces of, well, the scrap pieces of paper, and so we'll just place them over where we want to actually stamp. So this one I'm going to do the yoga mat on this paper, so I'm going to just pop that one down there so we're not having to cut the whole thing out. And if you stamp, this is just a piece of copy paper, so if you stamp on here first, you know exactly where you place your actual cardstock, and then you can go from there. So this is just the piece that we're going to do here, and this is the intense black ink. Move this down over here. There we go. So easy as that. So we can put that on one side and cut that one out later. So I think we'll do her top here. So we just need a piece of paper to cover that area there. And don't want to do that. That should do it. Yeah. Do that one again. I missed a bit. And if anybody can hear snoring in the background, my dog is in here at the moment, sleeping, and she's a golden retriever, and she snores her face off every time she falls asleep. So if that's what you can listen, if you're listening to that, that's what's going on. So that's her top. So, and then we just have the hair to do. I'm not doing the pants, I just used tri-blend marker to do that. See if that fits in there. There we go. Okay. I think my stamp pad needs re-inking. It seems like they all seem to run out at once. But that's okay, it's easily done. Okay, so that's all the pieces all stamped. So we'll just close that off and move that to one side. So as I said, I've got several of them already cut out. So I think we'll leave those ones that need to be fussy cut, and I can do those later. But first of all, we're going to make our background. I'll just put those up there. And we can decide what we're going to do. So I've got a couple of different choices for backgrounds. So we can do the oval, and these are just cut out with dies, as you can see they're well used, and this is just a rectangular one. So I quite like the oval one. They're both quite nice, but yeah, I think we'll go with the oval one today. This is something a little bit different. So we'll put those on one side. And I cut this one out. This is just a piece of waste cardstock really, and I just put some tape on the back, and it just it will just hold it in place while we do this. Now, yeah, her fingers just fit in there. I just want to make sure everything's covered. And don't forget, when you do this, when you're masking, you just need to cut out underneath her arms there, just so you can get the background in, because you don't want any white background. Whoops. Just need to line it up. There, I think that's pretty close. Okay, so we're going to, just pop that one there so you can see what we're going to be doing. So we'll start off, I think, with this. We'll start off with the sand. I sort of tried to make it look like a tropical scene. So we've got the Toffee for the sand color, and then the Glacier. I think Caribbean, the nice turquoise ocean, and then the Glacier for the water, and then it blends into the blue Belle for the sky. So let's start with this one. So this is the Toffee, and don't worry about inking over the mat, because that is going to be, it's already cut out there ready to go to cover up. If I jiggle the camera, I apologize. The light and the camera is all sort of resting on over the top of my desk here. So you can make this as dark or as light as you wish. And I have this little stamp, and it's part of a set, a beach set, and on some of them I did actually use it, but I don't think I will today. You can see it gives a little sort of speckled effect. Just another choice. I mean, you could put little seagulls in the sky. You could do all kinds of things on here. I thought about maybe having a palm tree swagged around the side. There's so many things you could do. And on some of them as well, I made a definite, this one here, I just put a piece of cardstock here and just went up to the line of the cardstock to sort of define the beach and the ocean. But beaches and the ocean are never really a straight line. The horizon may be, but so I think we'll just do a continuous blend from one to the other. Okay, I think that will do it for the sand. So let's do the Glacier now. Okay, so you can see I've used this from the color on here. I've used this several times already, and you can just reuse them. I tend to just keep my my masks that I've made in with the stamp set, so when I want to do another one, it's all ready to go. Oh, Lucy's really snoring loudly now. I don't know if you can hear it on this video, but she's usually in another room, but she's managed to sneak in this time. But, oh well, she's okay. As long as the doorbell doesn't go and she goes racing off, barking very loudly. The snoring isn't too bad. Okay, let's go with the bluebell. I mentioned it before, but these little grip mats are great, and they're just very inexpensive for just unscrewing jar lids, and I get them at the grocery store. They last forever. You can wash them out if you get ink on them. They're yeah, very, very handy, and as you can see, the ink pad does not move when you jiggle it around. If you just put it onto you know, just this regular surface, it moves around, and it's not as easy to get ink on your brush. Okay, so we're nearly done. Makes a nice background, I think, nice and soft. And I thought I'd keep him with the same color themes for her clothes, basically. Okay, so there we go. And nice, and keep your masks as well for future use, and just feel if there's any little residue there from the glue that, well, it's not glue, the sticky tape that held this down. Okay, we'll peel her back. There we go. And pop her safely over there. Now let's see what we've got. Let's do a redhead for a change. So that's that. Oh, the polka dot one. Yeah, let's do that one. Match her hair. And then the mat. The mats are basically, I've cut them out all in the same sort of tone. We won't go with the polka dots, seeing as though she's got polka dots on her shirt, but we'll go with that. And it's sort of, all those colors blend nicely together, I think. So what I'm going to do first of all is just color in her pants. And I need to get one, excuse me a minute, I need to get one for the skin. I thought I'd had everything ready, but there's always something. So I'm using the Fair Skin blend for her skin, and it's just her bottom of her arms and her hands that are showing. And then the Ice Grey blend for her yoga pants. So what I tend to do for I'll move those to one side. When I'm coloring in, I just do the outside. There's 3 different shades of the one color, and I tend to do the darkest shade around the edges, and it just helps to add a little bit of shade in. And you just need to just blend it. You don't want sort of straight lines, just sort of little feathery flicks. That's all I do around the edges. And the artist person that already designed the stamp, they've taken the work out for you already, so they've put the lines in there to show you where the shading will be. And then just a little bit more around the edge. Okay, so then we'll take the light one and we'll just blend that in. And it may look a little blotchy when you first do it, but it does actually, if you leave it for a minute or so, it blends in quite nicely. And you can always go back afterwards too if you want to add any more shade in. But for now, I think we'll just leave it at that. Okay, so that was the ice grey blend. So her skin, we'll just keep it, seeing as though she's a redhead, we'll just keep it light. And I won't bother doing any blending with this one at all. So now it's just a case of gluing everything down. So we'll start from the bottom and work up. And I'm going to actually glue this one. And I'll put the glue actually on the card. It's a little less messy, I find, than actually putting it onto the part that you're going to stick down. There we go. So for her clothes, I'm just going to do a little bit of ink with the ink dauber around the edge, just to add a little bit of shade. And there's a little bit of ink still left on here, so I won't bother reapplying it. I don't want too much on, but it just adds a little shadow. Okay, so we'll do her clothes, top, and when you put it on, just give it a little wiggle and it just helps spread the glue out. Okay, so her hair, same thing. I'm going to just go around the edge. Okay, look at that. I mean, you can actually, if you want to, take tri-blend markers and do a little bit more shading, but I think this is just fine. And the same thing with this. Now I did cut that little wisp of hair that's sticking out just there, but there's another one there, and there's no way I was going to try and fussy cut that one, and it looks just fine, just stamped where it is. There we go. Just hold it there a minute, it just, the warmth of your hand just helps the glue to set. So all we need now is a sentiment. I'm going to use, and find it, this one. This is another new stamp set that I just got this week. I'm so excited to use this one. This will be my next project, Countryside Scenes. But I thought this was a nice sentiment. Thank you for your kindness. So we'll just use that one. I think that should just fit in quite nicely. Okay, and I haven't used this one obviously before now, so I'll just give it a little practice stamp first. Move that out of the way. Okay, we'll leave, actually I'm going to take this one out, so we need to have it, the card up at the top, just in case we need to restamp it. There we go. Oh, wouldn't you know? go. There, now, my ink pad, where is it gone? Oh, intense black there. I covered it up with the Glacier one. Dog snoring, phone's ringing, normal life. Actually, the first time stamp, that's really good. I don't think I need to do that again. So I'll take my scrap of paper, just put it back in there so I don't get ink all over my pad, and clean it up in a minute. So we just need a card. And I ran out of my pre-made cards, so I'm just going to score. This is just a piece of cardstock, Daisy White cardstock. It's 8.5 by 5.5. So we'll just score it at 4 1/4. And it's just a quick way to make a card. To just line it up. It is nice having the pre-made ones though, so you don't have to mess around doing this. There we go. It is nice to score them though, because you do get a nice crease on your card base. So just go ahead and stick this down. And once all your pieces are cut out and stamped and cut out, it's not really a very difficult card, very time-consuming card to put together. So you could do a little mat around the edge if you want, but I'm not going to, I haven't done on any of the ones I've made so far. So we'll just stick this one straight down. I think that's quite a sweet little card. So I'll list everything I've used, which is also available on my online store. If you've got any questions, please leave them in the comments section, and hit the thumbs up icon if you have enjoyed this video. Also, be sure to click on the bell so you're notified of any upcoming videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you again soon. Bye bye.